Hey everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're re-diving into a fascinating question that affects every single one of us. When does the brain actually finish developing? You might have heard the old saying that your brain is fully formed by the time you reach 80. Well, get ready to have your mind blown, because modern science tells a much more interesting story. For a long time, the common belief was that brain development pretty much wrapped up during our teenage years. It made sense, right? You can vote, you can leave home, you're an adult. But recent breakthroughs in neuroscience, especially with tools like MRI scans, have completely rewritten the rulebook. Scientists can now look inside our heads non-invasively and track how the brain changes over our entire lifespan. What they found is that our brains are far from finished at 18. In fact, significant development continues well into our mid to late 20s. So, what exactly is happening during this extended period? A key process is called myelination. Think of your brain's neurons as a huge network of electrical wires. Myelin is the fatty insulation that wraps around these wires, allowing signals to travel much faster and more efficiently. This process isn't random. It happens in waves, starting from the back of the brain and moving forward. The very last part to get this high-speed upgrade is the prefrontal cortex, located right behind your forehead. Now, why is the prefrontal cortex so important? This is basically your brain's CEO. It's the command center for all your higher-level executive functions. We're talking about things like long-term planning, impulse control, weighing risks and rewards, and complex decision-making. So, when you look back at some of the questionable choices you might have made as a late teen or in your early 20s, you can cut yourself some slack. Your brain's sensible decisions department was literally still under construction. This explains why car insurance rates for young men, for example, tend to drop significantly around age 20. The data shows a real shift in risk-taking behavior, and this lines up perfectly with the final maturation of the prefrontal cortex. But here, that's the most exciting part. The idea of the brain being finished is a bit misleading. While the major structural development wraps up around our brains retain an incredible ability to change and adapt throughout our entire lives. This is called neuroplasticity. Every time you learn a new skill, form a new memory, or even just think a new thought, you are physically rewiring your brain. You're creating new connections between neurons and strengthening existing ones. This means that you're never too old to learn a new language, pick up a musical instrument, or change your habits. Your brain is a dynamic, living organ that constantly remodels itself based on your experiences. So, the next time you hear someone say the brain is done growing at 18, you'll know the real story. The foundational structure might be largely complete in our mid to late 20s, but the journey of learning, adapting, and growing is a lifelong adventure. Your brain is a work in progress, and that's a wonderful thing. Thanks so much for watching today. If you found this as fascinating as I did, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. See you in the next one.